Last night, 21 Pilots did their first show proper in quite some time. The last time they did an official show was way back in January for the iHeartRadio Music Festival thing that they were doing. Then they went on their extended break so that way they could take a little bit of break from the road, go do some side projects, and so Tyler could be at home with Jenna for the birth of their second child. They did the MTV Unplugged performance a couple of weeks ago. That will air in 2 weeks so they can edit all those footage, and they are getting ready to go over to the UK to finish up the Takeover tour, go do some festivals in Europe, and then come back to the States and do the Icy tour. And last night was their first show back at the Bottlerock Festival in Napa Valley. So we're gonna go ahead and talk about it in this brief video. So good morning, good afternoon, or good night, depending on when you're watching this. How's it going, guys? First off, I hope you're having a good day today. Hope your day's going well, and hope it continues to go well. Here is what happened at the Bottlerock Festival. Let's go ahead and start off by talking about the set list with the help of Clicky Crave's graphic they posted on the Twitter machine. Definitely gonna give Clicky's Craves a follow. Such a hard name to say. But if you take a look here, is pretty much like the standard festival set list we had during the Takeover tour when they did the F1 event, when they did the festival in Florida, as well as the NCAA football thing earlier, kind of like the iHeartRadio Music one also. The weird thing is they started out with Heathens. They switched the places of Heathens and Stressed Out, which honestly I think is a brilliant idea. I love the idea of opening with Heathens, because hello my friends, hello my fellow heathens. You gotta wait to give them the main hit of Stressed Out. You gotta wait a little bit. But Heathens I think is an excellent opener. Then they went on to do the Morph Holding On To You medley. They didn't do Migraine this go around. Then they went into Stressed Out, which featured the Bad Boys for Life intro, which is good to see that back. Really was a thing a lot during the Trench Bandito tour. It was good to see that back. Then it gets usual stuff. We get the Outside, Lane Boy, Chlorine, Mulberry Street, Benny and the Jets cover. And then we get into the Campfire, which has some notable omniscience. But first, talk about what was there. So they went to I Can See Clearly Now, which was part of that Campfire song medley. Then instead of doing My Girl, they did Careless Whisper, which I absolutely love, and I want them to keep it because it is so funny. And then they went into Home as per they usually do with the Campfire. The main ones they left out were Formidable, Doubt, and all that stuff. They didn't do Tear in My Heart, it looks like. They covered Kiss from a Rose from Seal 2, which is great. Also, then back into the 21 Pilots stuff, they went into House of Gold, We Only Believe What's on TV, and then that was the end of the Campfire stuff. And then they went into Jumpsuit and Heavy Dirty Soul, and I know the graphic says only Heavy Dirty Soul, but I see a lot of people in Cookies Crave said also, yes, they did in fact do Jumpsuit with Heavy Dirty Soul, they just forgot to put it in the graphic. So they did Jumpsuit and Heavy Dirty Soul, which again went into Saturday, and with this, it went into a pretty cool transition of Heavy Dirty Soul into Saturday. A very slow ending to Heavy Dirty Soul and a very slow start into Saturday. Here's a clip from it. I'm gonna credit the person who uploaded this clip to YouTube to Twitter through a graphic on screen. So here's the clip.
Can you save my heavy dirty soul? Can you save my every dirty soul from me? Catch me loaded, circles in my fish bowl, she said that I should.
Such a cool intro. I love that so much. Then, of course, after Saturday, they went on the Ride, then Car Radio, they did Shy Away with the MCR, I'm Not Okay, then they went into Trees. So it's pretty much a standard 21 Pilot set list. To me, it doesn't look any hints of what they're going to be doing to the Takeover tour, unless they're keeping the Icy tour, unless they're going to keep the Icy tour exactly the same thing like the Takeover tour night 4, and they'll do Never Take It, redecorate all of this stuff in the umbrella, which I mean is a possibility. Then again, when they did the Two Legs of the Bandito tour, they did change it up a little bit, so maybe these acoustic colors are signal of what they will do instead of it. So that was the set list. So now let's go ahead and talk about the outfits. Did they wear the Shy Away coat? Did Tyler wear that white jacket? Did they come on stage doing the No Chances get up? The answer to that one's no, because they started with Heathens. So the outfits they wore were just normal street clothes, providing this picture right here. Thank you to TOP Today for the image. But they just wore normal street clothes. Tyler was wearing 2 white shirts. I don't know, fashion icon Tyler Joseph Josh was wearing this jacket. Of course, Josh later took the shirts off. The side band was wearing their side band jumpsuits, and many people were wondering why. Where's the Shy Away coat? Where is the skeleton hoodie? Where is all of this stuff? Personally, I think that it was just maybe too hot, because they were still performing when the sun was up, it looks like. So I maybe want to say it was too hot. What about the side band jumpsuits? Those jumpsuits can be really forgiving, because those are actual jumpsuits. It's not the trench era jumpsuits where it's a jacket. Like, these are actual full form jumpsuits. So that could be a thing. Maybe they forgot to bring it. Maybe it got lost in shipping. I don't know. But it was weirdly nice seeing Tyler and Josh wear normal street clothes again when performing. And Tyler looked very blurry face era last night. I mean, he's back to just the black hair, which is cool. The white shirt, black pants, and you can see again he has the blurry face paint on. He has a lot of paint on his neck in this one, and then a lot of paint on his hands. And of course, we could speculate about that all day, what it means in the Dima stuff, what it means in his real life, because of course the blurry face paint represents his insecurities. But it was pretty good. It was a pretty good show from what I've heard and what I've read. So, and they sounded good, and very excited for them to continue on touring. I'm excited for everyone who's in the UK finishing up the Takeover tour there. Very excited. Now, of course, do we look at the festival in a 21 Pilots lore lens? I go back and forth on thinking yes and no. Mainly, the reason I always side on no, I'm just reaching over to turn my monitor back on, but the main reason I always side to go with less lore for festivals is because it's not a official 21 Pilot event. It is an overall festival. Metallica was there the night before 21 Pilots. Metallica was on that same stage the night before, which is weird. Metallica night 1, 21 Pilots night 2. That is odd to me. But being that it's a festival, I think the lore elements are less. Like, of course, they're still in the songs, there's still a bit of the lore, but I always look at festival shows with a grain of salt. I bring my little salt rock with me to shows, hypothetically, when it's a festival stuff. Because again, 21 Pilots for festivals, they are playing towards more than the clique. They're playing to other people's audiences. So it's safe to say that like they did less lore this time because they're playing to a wider audience, which is maybe why they started with Heathens and saved Stressed Out for a bit longer. Compared to when it's just a standard 21 Pilots event, they'll go all out. That's why for the actual shows, 21 Pilot events, they will go ahead and do the Message Man ritual. They will go ahead and do all of this stuff because these are 21 Pilot branded events and not just a random festival. Like, just imagine doing a festival and you're like, I really don't listen to 21 Pilots, but they're the headliner, I'll stick around. Then Tyler doing the Message Man ritual, and your first impression is like, this is just a cult. This is legit a cult. So I can see like the reasons for it. So, I mean, I go back and forth. We could, of course, it's fun to speculate on it's fun to theorize about all of this stuff, why they did Kiss of a Rose. I'm not saying don't theorize about it. Have fun with it. Yeah, have fun with it, but I always look at all this stuff with a grain of salt, which, I mean, the great thing about 21 Pilots, the great thing about theories, the great thing about the lore, no one is right, no one is wrong unless proven by Tyler Josh Mark from Real Bear Media or Andrew Donho, who directs a lot of the Dima lore music videos. See The Outside, see Saturday, the Jumpsuit, I mean the Trench trilogy, all that stuff. Super cool. But anyway, guys, that was a quick little video about what happened at the Napa Festival yesterday. The Bottlerock Festival. Such a weird name, but you know what? We roll with it. We roll with it. Anyway, guys, that is it for this random video on a Sunday. I usually take Sundays off, and that's why I'm uploading this later, but I figure it's still something to talk about. And I could have waited till tomorrow, but I figured I'd let you guys be informed today, and I think tomorrow we're going to talk about music. We're going to talk about music, and the question I posed yesterday in the community section. But anyway, guys, I'll go ahead and I will see you later. Have a great rest of your day today, or great tomorrow, depending on when you're watching this, and I'll see you guys later. Goodbye, and good night. More importantly, have a good day, and I'll see you later.